Okay, let's go to Madrid and talk the Washington Commanders versus Miami Dolphins. Let's pause just to set the stage. Really, these two teams probably need to win out if they're going to have any chance in the 2025 season. Even that is no guarantee. But, you're still playing to win, right? First, the Commanders have a 4th down and goal at the 1.5-yard line. They elect to go for it, and there's kind of two reasons why you do that, right? The first is, well, you hope you score. On this one, though, you see that Marcus Mariota tries to hit Zach Ertz, who just stumbles. I don't know if it's the grass that you're not used to or what, but just stumbles a little bit, and because of that, it's going to give Miami the football with 6 minutes left in a tie game. But as I said, there's two reasons that you go for it here. The other reason is it backs the Miami up if you don't convert, and that part works out perfectly. You see two on this play. They did get a first down, but he's going to get sacked. They have to punt the ball away, so you're in a perfect situation to try and, in a tie game now with 4 minutes left, who knows? Maybe you can get into field goal range, kick a field goal as the clock expires. You see the player who I have circled, that is Mike Sanderstrill, who is going to be fielding this punt. He's a very good defensive back for them. It's worth noting he is not their usual punt returner. They have him out here, but he is not their typical punt returner. And so watch what's going to happen. As you see, well, he just lets it go through his fingers and ends up being recovered by Miami. So you see it just goes right through his hands right there. So now Miami has this situation where they end up getting to the 1-yard line. They get stopped short. So now let's pause it just right here, just so we can talk about the decision, because you do kind of have a decision to make with a minute and 55 seconds left, where you're going to kill some clock. And it's a tie game, right? So you can kick the field goal and just simply go up by 3 points. But of course, then Washington will get the ball, and with the new kickoff rules, will get good field position. And I think because of that, Miami doesn't want to just try and go up 3 here. So you see on 4th down, they are going to elect to go for it. And I'm sorry, I just don't think this is the smart play call by Mike McDaniel. I just don't I get it that, you're the field position and all of that. If you don't get it, it means that you're backing the opponent up. But I just feel like in this situation, just make sure you take the lead. It's been both defenses have played well mostly in this game. You could argue it's the offense is not playing well. Either way, though, it feels like just taking the points and having the lead in the final 2 minutes is the better situation here. And they also have really struggled in goal line situations in this game. I think game situation has to matter here as well. And as you see, it doesn't even come close. So now Washington gets the football, and it's still a tie game. You don't even have the lead at this point. And also another thing worth noting is there was actually an injury timeout prior to that, so they didn't even get a burn to full 40 seconds that they wanted. So you only get a burn 20 seconds. It's just kind of a bit of a mess all around here for Miami. But now going over here, again, the same logic behind why Washington went for it was part of the logic behind why Miami went for it. If you don't get it, you at the very least back up your opponent, and who knows, maybe you get a quick 3 and out. You're able to kick a field goal as time expires. Don't have to worry about any of this. Well, the Commanders are going to make a couple of nice plays here. First, this one, which goes to Deebo Samuel, picks up a ton of yards. You have this one on 3rd and 6, which is going to go for a big chunk play. And just like that, you're thinking, okay, here we go. Ultimately the drive's stalled, but you have a 56-yard field goal attempt for the win. And I'm sure if you're a Miami fan, you're thinking, yep, that's how it goes, right? We have it, all won and then blow it in the last couple seconds. That's how the season has seemingly gone. Although here, Matt Gay's kick is going to go wide right. That one looked like it had some hook on it, and we are headed to overtime. Once again, back-to-back weeks, the international game goes to overtime in the early window. So then the Dolphins win the coin toss in overtime. It's always interesting, what are you going to do when you win the coin toss? We've seen teams with different strategies this season. They elect to play defense first, right? That's the idea of, hey, we could just sort of adjust our strategy based off of whatever their offense does once you get a possession, because now both teams will get a possession no matter what with the new overtime rules. And well, that decision worked out pretty good, because you're going to see this is intercepted here by Miami on the first play of overtime from scrimmage. The Miami Dolphins would go on to win the game. Crazy stuff here. Wild finish in a game that maybe people didn't expect to be an entertaining game, but ended up being kind of a great game. And big win for Miami. They can at least talk themselves into having a chance down the stretch. Hard to talk yourself into it if you're a Commanders fan at this point. Still hard to talk yourself into it if you're a Dolphins fan, but at least there is some hope.